my One Piece. Oh no, you weren't supposed to see that. I was just conducting some important research. I've always wanted to make a video on Zoro and Sanji. This research took me to places I never expected. It spiraled out of control, and now I'm starting to question everything. This is art, and if you have a problem with that, then you can go See, I can't change anything about getting official One Piece faster, but I can seek out fan art, fan fiction, fan theories. See, I'm seeking a dopamine rush, and it kind of spiraled out of control and I hit my rock bottom, okay? My path to healing began when I imagined what One Piece Tumblr would look like today, you know, if they never fell off. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I did expect homoerotic content between Luffy and his two vice captains. These crewmates being the infamous Zoro and Sanji. Sanji being this badass cook who beats people's asses with nothing besides his feet because his hands are used to make people delicious food and take care of people and love people and not hurt people. Zoro pretty much just slices and dices you up if he feels like you're worthy, otherwise he just kind of ignores you, to be honest. It's undeniable that these commanders, along with Luffy, have some really good chemistry, something that could, you know, stretch the possibilities of their relationship. Zoro and Sanji are typically read as rival vice captains of the Straw Hat Pirates, each one vying for Luffy's right-hand position, which ends up making them wings of the future Pirate King. They disgust each other for their faults, but their dreams, as well as the dream of their captain, push them to be a monstrous duo. That's the level 1 reading of these characters. The deeper interpretation reveals a deep respect for each other. They appreciate each other even, picking fights with each other as an excuse to spend time together, because that's what they crave more than anything else. And after giving the idea a real chance, I realized that the people creating this art were not delusional and imagining some other alternate timeline. They actually understand One Piece better than the vast majority of fans. And I became one of them. I became a Zosan stan. From the outside, they appear to hate each other. But as it turns out, that's a much more complicated relationship. And this is where the One Piece Tumblr community takes it one teeny, tiny, teensy step further. Oda only has so much time. He needs to work on the damn story, so while he does that, some of the fans go and create their own art. Now, where do they post this? They post this on, Twitter, Reddit, blah, 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 various art sites. But one of the more popular ones is something called Tumblr, which is a kind of community blog space. The Tumblr space, in particular, has decided to explore some of the more complex relationships. While the power scaling fans debate who's stronger, the Zosan community debates who'd be the bottom. And if Zoro is the bottom, is he a regular bottom or is he a power bottom?
What's a power bottom?
A power bottom is a bottom that is capable of receiving an enormous amount of power. You got it backwards. Power bottom's actually generating all the power by doing most of the work.
This was a menagerie of boys love manga and fan comics of our guys Zoro and Sanji. To some level, it made no sense to me at the time. In college, I remember a smart sounding professor explain a theory about art. 50% of the art comes from the artist, and the other 50% of the art comes from the response of the audience, from the fans. And yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome. There's even love triangles that include Luffy. In their quieter moments, relaxing on their ship, Sanji basks in the twilighting sun. Music plays on the ship to close out the day. Luffy rests at the helm of the ship. Nami picks tangerines from her grove. Sanji cleans the dishes after a crew dinner. He lights a cigarette before walking out on the deck to enjoy the sunset. After he hears Chopper's sweet little laugh, Sanji glances down to the lower deck. Zoro sits in his typical spot, tossing Chopper playfully into the air. Seeing this, Sanji reflects Zoro's emotion in this moment. cracking a smile through the veneer of his grounded, cool, badass cook presentation, which immediately shatters when Robin finally lets out the breath that she's been holding in for a long while. Fear crushes Sanji's chest as he realizes what just happened, and Robin laughs at this silly, happy moment. While this little story can be lumped into fan fiction, this vibe and this atmosphere is so real, temporarily disregarding any homoerotic undertones. I really can see this exact situation play out on the ship. Let's have an open, honest, adult conversation here. If you are a child and you're here, then what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here. Go watch people react to full entire episodes of One Piece on YouTube. Adults, stick around, refill your coffee, get a cup of hot tea, drink your 4th Red Bull. You do you. Great art contains depth to its meaning. Sanji doesn't say, Zoro, I want your sword. And Zoro doesn't say, I have a thing for twinks. Both of these are heavily implied if you pay any attention to subtext. And I don't even mean specifically this fan fiction. I also just mean the official, actual, canonical One Piece. If I was a fucking idiot and I was okay with just taking on massive amounts more of student debt, then I would love to do a dissertation on the queer undertones of One Piece. If you're in college, you should do that and then share it with us. Yeah, do that. And if you're mad right now in your soiled diaper, go throw your temper tantrum somewhere else. We are just having fun here. And you are worse than a debate bro at a party. Absolutely atrocious vibes. I cannot emphasize that enough. Any true One Piece fan knows that Zoro and Sanji love each other. Everyone in the actual world of One Piece knows it as well. Why do you think that nobody takes their bullshit bickering seriously? When considering if that love is romantic or platonic, let's just say that you can't say it's one way or the other. Neither option is canon yet, and I won't accept any baseless claims. You better provide a shit ton of evidence for your argument and back it up with logic, reasoning, and insightful inferences, or I'm gonna toss your dumbass fucking idea in the trash with the same level of effort that you used to fart it out in the first place. Very close friends, and I mean very close friends, they give each other a hard time. If you're young enough even, you might drunkenly rip off your shirts, go out to the front yard and wrestle to, settle arguments. Zoro and Sanji are at the very least BFFs, best friends forever. Do Zoomers know what BFFs are? They're BFFs, we all know that, yes, okay. And it's okay to talk about subtext when talking about this because authors want you to think about their art. Weird, right? Creating fan art really opens the door for thinking about queer interpretations of the story. It's a legit form of literary analysis. Thinking about their relationship in this way would fall under gender and queer theory. A couple of you watching right now might have a brain that's as smooth and small as a marble. So let me also explain to you that there's also a kind of baked in cultural bias for heteronormativity, that is, assuming that people are heterosexual just as the default. That we assume characters are heterosexual until proven otherwise. But what if we drop that imaginary idea that has been kind of burned into our brains over decades? Now, being stuck in this framework of thinking everybody is heterosexual, it's frankly just fucking boring. It's a boring way to think. It's small-minded. So broaden your horizons and try thinking of things in a different way. Now that I've schooled the bigots hard enough, they've left to go watch their 3rd red pill video of the day. And what's a better way to start than liking the video? Click the like button right there. It makes me happy when the number goes up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's jump back in and have a good time. Here we have Zoro and Sanji locked, embracing each other, and Sanji is uncharacteristically not wearing his suit, which implies that this is kind of the end of a date night or something. I think we all want somebody to hold us like Zoro is holding Sanji's little twink body, at least in a horny fantasy sense. Now, in 2024, this is about as explicit as it gets on One Piece Tumblr, which, this is nothing compared to back in the day. Here we got the two giving into their gay fever for the first time. It's been this building sexual tension over months at sea. Now, honestly, as somebody that's been with the same person for almost 10 fucking years at this point, like, this is like almost a little strong for me, to be honest. Nowadays, I kind of prefer the type of depictions of romance where one person is looking at the other person from far away. They make eye contact, just noticing how cute each other are. That's the type of thing I'm going for. But you know, this, I mean, it's good. Good. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm a little old for it, and you know, but I get it. I used to be different, but you know, 10 years, it does a lot to you. See, my wife is like incredibly clumsy. She's always bumping into shit and like accidentally hurting herself a little bit. And I say I hate it, but honestly, you know, when you really love somebody, you kind of love that about them anyways, that you appreciate that, even though you say you hate it, in some part of you love it. Zoro and Sanji, you know, they bicker with each other. They act like, I hate you, blah, 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 swordsman, blah, 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 cook. They just say that, but deep down, they want to hold each other. They want to hold each other tight and not let go. We all know that Sanji appreciates the beauty and assets of a beautiful person's body, which makes sense because Zoro has one of the biggest busts in the entire series, and this is fucking One Piece, so that's really saying something. This dude's got a big ass chest. Like all the legends of the past, one day they grow old and they either become kind of feeble or they continue to be incredibly jacked. Anyways, I basically imagine that Zoro and Sanji will be this old, jacked, gay, badass couple one day, and I cannot live for that future. This is all just for fun though. Don't take any of this too seriously. We're just being a bit silly right now. It's fun being silly. You know, One Piece is silly, we're silly, let's be silly. So if this wasn't enough for you, don't worry, because you can go get much more by going to Tumblr and typing in the words One Piece. Have fun. I love this one right here with Sanji on the cover of Vogue magazine. It's just, you know, it just fits so well. I love this one with Shanks kind of coyly asking Buggy to resume fondling his just fucking enormous breast. What the fuck? But like, damn, where did you get this idea? I mean, it's not really that deep, but it is like bold. Shanks, but with big ass titties. And to make it even better, Shanks specifically says, put your hand back, matey, like a pirate. Like, they never talk like that, but they just added that, and I love it. It makes it unique. It's art. It belongs in museums right now, but for right now, it's on Tumblr. You can just go there, right-click the picture, save as, and put it as like all your wallpapers. Just all of them in your house, on your desktop, on your phone. Just put it everywhere. All right, that's all we have time for. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. I do a podcast with my wife. That'll be linked in the description. It's called The Garden Club. And I also just started my own One Piece podcast, which is coming out weekly on Sundays for the time being. I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.